I mean, growing up in that emerging world of the internet as well, it wasn't like we thought of the internet as something that was, this is going to sound silly, but it'll make sense, I think, in the long run. It didn't have that sense of it always being there. You went there, and then you shut off your computer, and the internet was gone, right? And then you were back to just in your world as you knew it. You don't have that anymore. The internet is always on. Being digitally connected with everyone in the world is always happening. And I always tell my students, I don't know how you deal with it. I don't think I could deal with it in a healthy way. That idea of someone always having access to you 24/7. I often tell them about, they laugh at this too, but I tell them about the noble lie that we used to have when all we had were phones and maybe answering machines. Sometimes you really couldn't talk to someone for whatever reason. You weren't in a good mood. They'd call you up and you'd say the next day when you saw them, "Oh, I'm sorry," because they'll say, "I tried to call you yesterday," and you would say, "Oh yeah, I wasn't home." And it was like, that was a lie. That was, even if they didn't believe you, it was a socially understandable lie because you didn't want to hurt their feelings, but you felt at the time, I couldn't talk to anyone at that time. You can't do that anymore.
No,
That's gone. Now
no,
nobody says, "Did you get my phone call?"
no,
You
no, because
did.
they'll text you or they'll DM you, right? Like, you can't escape. But we're
No.
also habituated to responding all the time. And I remember sort of a turning point, like in 2010 or 11 or so. I had a music blog with my brother, and I was debating with someone like comments on WordPress. I was like, we gotta, like, I don't know why you're losing your mind about this. Like, this isn't real life. And he was like, no, this is real life. And I was like, this guy's crazy, right? I was like, this isn't real life. But now I'm like, wait a minute. Entire, like, companies' values go up and down based on what's going on Twitter, right? Entire worlds are being navigated. And, it's really hard to have firewalls between them. And I just think, I think with most sympathy and understanding for our students, because we grew up without it, without that noise, without that sound.
Mm.
And like to develop in it, it's like, this, I don't mean this to be deprecating for the students, but like trees near the ocean, right, that have too shallow roots, too much wind, they're shaped over time by that environment. And I'm not going to be one of those people who are like, well, this is all bad. Maybe in the long run, this interconnectionist will birth something different for the way humans engage together. But so far, the last decade or so, it's been pretty frightening.